Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ghostmet Gaming with me, Christopher, and this is Generation Zero, a game that I've sort of come back to. So this game was released about a year ago, and I played it on release, played it for about 50 hours, making my way through the main quest line and also the various side quests that are available. But there were a lot of issues with the game, both with regards to your enemies clipping through walls, broken quest lines, objects that were there that weren't supposed to be there, etc, etc. Sometimes even stopping you from progressing the main story, which was a problem, and issues that I sort of didn't really feel made me want to keep on playing the game. Now, I know that developers have made quite a lot of changes to this game. They've done surveys from the players, finding out what people like and dislike, and sort of trying to correct as much as possible. So with over a year of updates, because this is frequently updated, the last big update was in the end of April, so about a month ago, I thought that I would have a little go at it, see if I can sort of spot the differences and see if some of the other smaller things that I disliked about the game, if that has been in any way corrected or not. So I'm gonna start a new game and let's take it from there. On the character creation screen, you don't really have that many choices. You have these sort of preset faces of characters. I don't really have a preference here, so let's go for you. I'm gonna play a female. I usually enjoy playing females. We also have a starting outfit, and this is a game that's placed in the 80s. So a lot of these things are very 80s indeed, and that is absolutely one of the sort of cool things about this game. So I'm gonna go with, let's go with the metalhead. That's a pretty decent outfit, I think. We can choose from two whole styles here. I'm gonna go for the headband style. That's a cool one. I'm also gonna play the game on skirmish, which is sort of the balanced gameplay, both sort of a regular difficulty setting on the fighting, and also, as I said, balance between exploration and challenge. So that seems okay. So we also have difficulty scaling, but this only pertains to the fact that this is an online game. It is an online game, but not as such. There is actually some similarities here between this game and Fallout 76. This game was released about the same time as Fallout 76, and much like Fallout 76 was at launch, this game doesn't have any humanoid NPCs. It's all robots. Questline is driven by audio tapes, by letters, etc, etc. It is also online, much like Fallout 76, but Fallout 76 has a server that you log into. In Generation Zero, you create your own sort of session. Then other players can actually join in on that session. It's kind of a strange system, I guess, but it allows for people to actually play with each other in the world, which is, you know, kind of cool. I'm going to have that turned off for now, because I don't really want to be bothered by anyone else. So with that, let's get this little character into the world. After World War II, Sweden enjoyed an economic boom from having come unscathed out of the war. But neutrality had come at the cost of integrity, as the poor readiness had forced the country to make deals with Hitler. Intent on not ending up in the same situation again, Sweden's newfound riches were invested in a so-called total defense, the ability to protect the border while also shielding and maintaining civilian life. Over the coming years, Sweden massively increased military spending whilst organizing the civilian preparedness for what increasingly seemed like an inevitable invasion from the east. Every man, woman and child was drilled to be ready for the war, knowing exactly what to do and where to go when the sirens sounded. And most importantly, to offer resistance at all times, in all situations. So November 14th, 1989. You and some classmates have spent a few days out in the archipelago, cut off from the world. As you return, your boat is suddenly hit by explosive projectiles fired from shore. You don't know what fired at you or why, but you manage to make it to shore. Injured, but alive. And here we are. So we are at the shore. We got a new mission, which is Break of Dawn. This place is not safe. Maybe you can find some help in the nearby house. So that is where we are going first off. Now, the storyline is one of the things that I always found a little bit weird about this game. So, exactly, what do you want me to open? Am I getting a bug right out of the box here? I think I am. Let's see if I can make that go away by moving up to the store here. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so yeah, I haven't seen that one before, but fine, whatever. But yeah, the storyline. So I'm a teen. I am unnamed, as in I don't know who I am or anything like that. I was with my friends camping. For some reason, apparently, we didn't hear the sirens, because the storyline of this game is, of course, that we were attacked. The sort of area that we're in. A little bit unsure, at least in the beginning of the game, whether or not it was sort of nationwide or something like that. But if we look at the map, this is where we are. So we are out as what is called the archipelago region. Now all of this is open, at least sort of this main island thing. I don't think that there's anything on these islands, at least not now. And also the mainland is not something that we are going to be spending time on. So we are here now, and as I said, I'm basically a regular teen as far as I know, and all of the sort of civilians on this this sort of island group, they've been evacuated. That is something that we will be seeing as we move on. The thing is, there's no human NPCs in this game, which means that either people have been evacuated or they have been killed. There's a pretty significant sort of military presence in this world. That is to say that there are quite a lot of bunkers and supply sheds and stuff like that. So there's absolutely been some military people on this island group. For some reason they have been unable to stay alive. Now, since this is a game and I'm the main protagonist here, I'm going to be able to stay alive. For some reason, that means that this little here strapping teen is able to do more than what anyone else is able to, and I don't really get that. I don't really get how that works. I think, again, same as with Fallout 76, this is a game that would benefit from having at least a few humanoid NPC. It doesn't have to be like many at all. Just a few to sort of drive the story on, because right now I'm a teen. I've just been hit by explosive projectiles. I made it to shore. Wouldn't my first objective be to sort of get the hell out of here? No. This little teen, what does she do? Well, she starts investigating everything. She starts killing robots. She just goes berserk on the world. Well, not necessarily berserk. She's gonna be stealthing around quite a lot because, you know, robots are actually quite dangerous in this game. This is not a game where you go just all out guns blazing. But yeah, it's kind of a strange setup for the game that I don't know exactly if I like that much. But it's a very beautiful game, and yeah, it's in Sweden, which is really cool because, of course, that's where I'm from. So this sort of seems the same as it did before. So we have a broken down robot here, obviously someone that apparently were able to at least break it, but also seemed to be not here anymore. We have a gun here, I believe. Yep, a Miller PP. So our first little gun here. And as for the houses, this is one of the things that I disliked about this game, and I can show you one of them already in this very, very first house. And that is that there's quite a lot of houses in this game. Again, if you go back to the map, all these gray things, those are buildings of some sorts. So you have a settlement here. You have a larger settlement here. There's going to be quite a lot of settlements all around. I mean, here's a quite big one, as a matter of fact. So there's a lot of stuff in this game. But what the game lacks, I mean, desperately, is assets. And the thing that I can show you right now is this little chessboard here. So there's a chessboard in this house with all the pieces set up, unruffled. I mean, there was apparently a fight here, with an overturned couch and everything, but for some reason the chessboard is unfazed by all of that. Now, a chessboard might not be a weird thing in and of itself, but if we go over here, there's actually another chessboard here. Also completely set up with all the pieces in place and untouched by anything. Why would the people of this house need two sets of chessboards, first of all? And why would they need to have it set up like this? It doesn't really make sense. So we're gonna see that chessboard quite a lot of times. So that is one thing that apparently already haven't really been you know, fixed at all. So I'm a little bit sad about that. I hope that they would be adding more assets to this game, because we're gonna find a lot of houses and they will all be very much alike, which is a little bit sad. So other than that, it's a pretty standard game, and I see now a difference here actually. So when the game launched, it was very much sort of standard RPG style, which is that every item took up one spot. Some items could be stacked, but as soon as you ran out of space, you couldn't pick up anything else. Now we see that they're actually doing weight. So I'm currently able to carry 64 weight. Let's assume that that's kilograms. I think that's a fine assessment. So right now my little gun here is taking up 2 kilograms out of that. And I can probably, if I assume correctly, I'm going to be able to carry sort of up to 64. It doesn't really matter the size or anything like that, or numbers or stuff like that. So one first aid kit, let's take that. Beautiful. And there was nothing in there. Let's check here. So we have a little note. So let's read up on that. So, Mats, we've tried to call you at home, but you probably rushed to the station as soon as you heard the readiness alarm. An alarm that we apparently didn't hear. You'll have enough on your plate as it is, but in case you find this, just know that your mom and I are doing fine. We just drive over to the village and wait it out there. Be careful, Mom and Dad. So it's a little bit of information here about this mission. And this is another thing about this game. So a lot of missions will have mission items. So for example, this mission, that was actually one of the items. But if you notice, there weren't any indications for where that was. No map marker or anything like that. There's actually a map marker for this though, so that's nice. So some simple first aid kits added to the one I already picked up. But yeah, so for the logs, there's one more mission item. Now, for this particular mission, I know for a fact that this is this one. And I said that there weren't any map markers. There might actually be that nowadays. Do I see that map marker on the map? I don't think that I do. I zoom in. I might be able to. I don't know really. But that was one of the things in the game, at least on launch, which is that you had missions that had these mission items, but you had no idea where those mission items were. So it was really difficult to get all of the information about a mission, which is, I mean, here's the thing. I do enjoy games that don't overdo the whole map marker thing. That gives the players at least a little bit incentive to sort of look around and discover and stuff like that. I have no problem with that. But this is also a question about content. I mean, if you don't find the things that are included in a mission, well, you miss out on content, and that's... I don't really like that either. So if this is a change, that they've actually added map markers, at least locally, then I think that's a good change. So let's pick this little, I think that is a flashlight, right? Because that is one of the things that we were supposed to do. Pick up the flashlight. So that's the flashlight. So now we have a flashlight, which is going to come in handy quite a lot, I have to say. At least some places where there's no lights at all. Okay, so there's also an upstairs. Let's see if we can find anything here. But yeah, I mean, it's a really nice game other than that. I mean, it looks really good. And being the 80s, we have all these cool posters for Bar Bros. No idea what the Bar Bros is, but it's a Bar Bros. Yeah, these sort of cool sound systems that were all the rage at the time. There's also a collectible that I picked up. So we have a number of collectibles. Now, where do I see those necessarily? Let's see what we can do with that. So yeah, as this is an online game, there's a bunch of emotes and stuff like that. I don't really know where I can see my collectibles at this point. Doesn't really matter. I can show you this immediately though. So there are skills in this game that you can unlock as you gain experience from killing stuff and exploring, etc, etc. So every time you level up, you get one of these. And you need to have at least 1 point in order to advance to the next one. And you do get to see this different stuff that you can do here. So for example, I do like, I know for my first character that I went for lockpicking immediately. And the buildings that have locked doors, they usually contain quite good loot, which is very nice. So for some reason I got 250 XP, I don't really know. Well, actually I picked that one up. I also picked up some binoculars, which I can use. I don't know exactly how, but let's see if my inventory... Are they in my inventory? Yes, they are. So can I assign to slot? Let's do that. Whoops. I already had it on slot 4. So I can just bring out my binoculars. I can put them up, and I can now check out a little bit better what's going on. So there's a police car over there. That is probably where I'm going. I would assume at least. Let's just actually go back to my gun. I don't have any ammo for the gun, but whatever. We're hopefully gonna pick some of that up as we go along. So let's just check out here into the bathroom. Anything here? Yep, there is something on the floor here. An adrenaline shot. So basically, adrenaline shots is the healing item of this game. Well, actually, of course, the first aid kits are also healing items, obviously. So there's something here. The If the War Comes Civil Defense pamphlet. So a lot of information about the sort of total defense thing that we were prompted by in the beginning. So that is actually the second mission item. So the next objective is, of course, to search the police car for ammo for this gun. Now, having played this game, I know a little bit of at least the start here, and I know that there is another gun that we can pick up. So as for this location, by the way, look at the sort of information here. We see that there are 2 out of 3 collectibles. There's actually something else that we can pick up somewhere. I don't know if they've changed this, because in the game from the very beginning there were the specific collectibles that were items that you can pick up, and I don't know if you unlocked anything with them, but I don't know if that's something that's changed. Those are still a thing, but yeah, there's something that we can pick up. I have no idea. I picked up from the backpack, and I picked up the first aid kits that were lying around. So is there anything else that I can pick up? I mean, I haven't noticed anything, at least. I mean, it feels like I should have picked up all 3 things, but apparently I didn't. Doesn't seem as if there's anything in here that I can pick up anymore, at least. I mean, that one's cleaned up. There's nothing here, nothing here. You know what? Oh, here we go. I did find something. An adrenaline shot. But apparently that wasn't a collectible. So, whatever, eh? Okay, so. Yeah, the adrenaline shots, I believe the idea is that the adrenaline shot is a sort of instant heal. I'm gonna put a question mark on that because I don't really remember. I think the adrenaline shot is a immediate heal, and the sort of first aid kits are sort of a heal over time. And also realize that this is an entire location, so it's not just only the house, it's also in here that we can sort of see if we can find stuff. Now, fun thing here, actually, this building I don't think that you could get into before. This is actually new assets. That is pretty cool. So yeah, some retro candy stuff here, a really old cashier here. We find some more simple first aid kits. Some ketchup, some mustard. I think in Swedish, of course, which is kind of cool. So yeah, lollipops, vanilla chocolates. Cool, cool, cool. Nothing else here that I can see. Yeah, there's actually some price tags here. The prices are different, but it seems like the text is the same. Oh, well, whatever. So yeah, 1989. That is exactly where we are. So let's see if the last collectible is in here, perhaps. There it is. So with that, we get some textile. Now, this is absolutely something new. What can we do with textile? Or is there crafting in this game nowadays? Crafting resources. Aha. Well, that's new. Okay. So, something that we can do with that in the future. We have another pack here. So yeah, we find ourselves the new first different kind of equipment that we can get. So skate shoes, they apparently have fire resistance. Didn't know that skate shoes have fire resistance, but whatever. Let's pick that up. Apparently still not 3 out of 3 for the collectibles. But yeah, unless they changed something, I should be able to get up here. Is that still a thing? Oop, oop. Just make my way up on the barrels. Get up on top of here. And yep, see, there's a little military guy here. He has some food and he has a adrenaline shot, and he also has I think it's a Clock 17, which is, I think, a 9mm. Is it? Can I even... Let's see. So this one uses .32 and this is a 9mm. So this actually has slightly less handling, but still really high. Same rate of fire, but more damage. So we're gonna go for this one, the 9mm. So let's just do that. Is that one? No, I don't have that one. Let's do... No, that was the wrong one. Assign to slot. Okay. Apparently I couldn't select B. Okay, I have to sort of figure that out, I guess. We also get a standard first aid kit, the sort of next level after the simple first aid kit. So yeah, more textile from you. But yeah, so for example, this guy. Why weren't you able to stay alive? I mean, I'm gonna be able to stay alive. Why didn't you? That's kind of strange. There are also some cars over here. We can also loot those. A lot of cars do have stuff in them. Let's see if this one has. No, this one hasn't. So this is also a kind of a fun thing, sort of, you know, the deal with trademarks and stuff like that. So this is quite obviously a Saab. Might be a Saab 90? Saab 99 perhaps? I'm a little bit unsure exactly which model this is. But in this game, it's a Björk 300. Yeah. For all of you who aren't Swedish speaking, yeah, that is very much an IKEA sound. The Björk automobile. So yeah, more stuff here. Backwards cap. I'm just gonna grab everything. This is also an IL, even though this is clearly a Volvo, so that's fine as well. We find some full metal jacket ammo for 7.62mm. Of course, we don't have anything like that just yet, but we're gonna find quite a lot of weapons and stuff in this game, which is kind of cool. So crouch down in order to get this. Explosive tanks, always handy to walk around with, especially when you're gonna be blown up by robots. Explosive tanks are a good thing, good way of actually blowing robots up. You can place them down, you can shoot at them, and stuff explodes. Emergency flares, still a thing in this game. Emergency flares is a good way of distracting robots. You throw it, and robots will sort of home in on it instead of you, meaning that you can sort of get away. Okay, so we're sort of cleaned this up. Let's just run up to the police car and see if we can find some ammo. Now, I don't actually have any ammo for this little 9mm, so I'm probably not gonna go for that one right now. So can't I have more than... I don't really get... Yeah, that's 3, but what if I wanted to be on 2? Don't really get this. I don't really get this, but whatever. We're probably gonna have to have this one equipped because we're probably not gonna find any 9mm ammo anytime soon. Can see something there. So yeah, for the most part, this is sort of what you have to do in this game. You just have to scavenge everything. there are talents that you can take that increases the amount of ammo that you find in containers, which is absolutely something that's going to be important. So yeah, we actually do. Well, we have an NPC, but they're dead. Another NPC. Oh, you actually did have 9mm full metal jacket ammo. That's interesting. Beautiful. That means that we... Well, let's see what we have on this one. Some 32. Some steel, which is, I would assume, also for crafting stuff. So now we actually do have ammo for this gun. I'm gonna hold on to this one for now, I think. Yeah, we picked up a bunch of 32 hollow point ammo here. So with that, we are looking really good for the other gun, I believe. No, that's .32, was it? Am I being... Yeah, we have... Oh, okay, so we probably equipped that one. Let's equip this instead. How do I select which ammo? How do I select which ammo? I have no idea. That is something that that was really easy in the other game. Oh, here we go. We do this in attachment, and that's where we switch over to the hollow point ammo. So now we have quite a lot of ammo. That's nice. Okay, so we have done that. Now it is time to do what game? What do you want me to do? Locate and destroy an enemy. That's a simple thing. Okay, so we get a little bit of information here. So we have an enemy over here somewhere. Yep, there we go. So this is an enemy that's called, I believe that they are called runners. So they are sort of your basic standard enemy. There are a number of other enemies in the game. I have no idea if they've added more enemies. We'll see that later. These are usually pretty simple. They have a little energy tank on their backs, which is what you generally want to go for. So if I try to shoot it from here, can I make that? Can I hit it? Well, I sort of hit it. Yeah, so they start running a little bit. Can I... Oop, he's making some hits at me, taking some shots at me. There we go. So if you hit the energy tank of these, they sort of explode. In case you do enough damage, of course. Of course, you can loot them a bit. We get some more full metal jacket ammo. We get some adhesive. Ooh, adhesive, always good. And some simple first aid kits. So about the first aid, because yeah, that was the first enemy, and I lost basically half my health. That's lovely. So where is the simple first aid kit? Can I just assign that to 5? No, I want to assign it to 4. So if I just jam one of those on myself, do it like that, you gain some ammo over, some health over time. Beautiful. So with that, we are now supposed to follow the road and look for a safe place. And there's a mission item for this mission. So we're done with that one. We're now going up to this position over here. We're here. So at this point, we can start like exploring if we wanted to. There is absolutely, of course, nothing that says that we have to go here just now. I'm gonna do it, but we can actually do other things if we want to. But following the road and look for a safe house, that seems like a good idea. Now this is actually counting as a safe house already, but I'm thinking that we're gonna go up there anyway. So is there anything new here? So region rival stats. I have no idea what rivals are. I'm gonna assume that that is some sort of a player versus player thing, or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of locations that we can sort of find in this first area. So we're gonna make our way up here, and I know from the first time I played this is going to be a church. So most churches are safe houses. And that little icon that popped up, that is a robot noticing me, or sort of slightly aware of me. So I can crouch to stealth, standard tactics here. The little bar will fill up whenever it's white. That means that robots are sort of vaguely aware that there's something. If it turns yellow, that means that they are very much aware of where you are, but they haven't engaged yet. If it turns red, well, then you're screwed. Well, not screwed, but yeah, they're going for you. Let's just try and sneak up as much as possible. We get a little bit closer at least. Let's just get a little bit closer and try to take a shot on you. You run away over here. So let's just try and take a shot at you. Yep, there we go. Again, took a lot of damage. And I'm not playing on the hardest difficulty by any means here, so this is actually not a game where you necessarily want to fight. This is actually a game that where you do want to hide. Not super often, but for the most part you do want to hide. And these little runners, these are simple robots. There's only really one robot that attacks you that is easier, and those are the ticks. Those are little tiny robots that make annoying sounds in the dark. We'll see if you ever get to see them when I play, but I don't think we're gonna get that far this playthrough. But then we have the larger robots. I think they are called the hunters, and they are vicious, like super vicious. And as you progress through the game, they're gonna come in packs as well, which is just not possible in a way. So for the most part, you're gonna want to run around and hide as much as possible. And that is, of course, one of the reasons why we have the emergency flare, because that is a way for us to avoid making contact with the robots. We're also gonna pick up, I don't think that they removed them, but we're also gonna pick up fireworks. Now, fireworks are good for sort of not distracting robots, but in order to make them disorientated. You can actually make them even go for each other, which is extremely useful. And at launch, there was actually, I think it was considered a bug, because I do think that they removed it, which is that if you threw emergency flares at robots from like a safe distance, and they just went for each other, etc., you could rack up so much XP, and you level up really simple doing that. I think that's removed from the game, sadly, so we're not going to be able to sort of level up fast here. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to take one more medikit here, just to make sure that I'm topped up on health. So there are a number of robots hanging out around this church here. So let's see if I can sort of make my way around a little bit at least. There's one more over here. So I can see at least 3 of them. At least 3. So of course they're gonna sort of alert each other as well if they start engaging. So, you know, it's gonna be difficult to sort of pick them off just one by one, at least until we get sort of sniper rifle and stuff like that, because there's a number of different styles of weapons in this game. You have these little pistols, there are rifles, there are sniper rifles, etc., etc. You're sort of vaguely aware of me. I'm gonna see if I can sort of take this out. This. Oh, you did not. Come on. So let's just actually run up to you a little bit. Where did you go? Oh, you're right here. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Get myself a medikit. Back, so yeah, now I'm being shot at by these two. They're not bad shots. They're not bad shots at all. Ooh, that was a nice hit though. So let's just try and take this out. I have a fairly good range on this. Yeah, they're doing so much damage to me. I'm eating through my health kits already. Oh, come on. There's another one here as well. Okay, so this went bad, like, immediately. This is a tough game when it comes to fighting. Oh, come on. How are you shooting me that well? I mean, you're really far off. That was a nice hit, though. So, I mean, how were you hitting me? Oh, hell. You just came up my side as well. Okay, so I'm gonna die. Well, this is Generation Zero, where you just instantly die the first enemies of the game. So let's just not play nice here. Let's just actually try and kill these. I mean, I don't have to shoot at the sort of energy tank that I was talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die so hard. Yeah, and I died. Okay, so this being a sort of online-ish game, I just realized what the adrenaline shot was for. So that is basically a revive. So I'm gonna use that, and I'm back to health. Here we go. I just kill you off, and I can sort of try to get you away. I mean, I do know that I have... Well, can you just die, please? Oh, they are so good at hitting me as well. Okay, so I still have more adrenaline shots. So, just please, yes, explode. Oh, come on. Just run out of the way. Oh, one more. No, I don't have any. Well, I did have one more adrenaline shot. I don't know if getting closer to it is much better, though. Jesus H. Bloody. Die, please. Oh, there's more. Are there more? Yeah, there's... Oh, you're up. What the... Come on. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Let's just run towards the church. Like, it's a great distance, but they're still getting to me. That's not nice at all. Okay, so let's just try and run as much as possible. Run, 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 run. Into safety, please. Get here. Open that up. And close it up. Close it up, close it up. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, Generation Zero, not an easy game. This is not your average sort of Fallout game where you can sort of take all the damage in the world. So yeah, we're at this little safe house here. So let's see if we can find. So we get a new mission here for Old Bettan. You find a note with a hastily scribbled message. So it says that it appears someone hid their family weapon for their son to find. He left a weapon called Old Bettan in a secret place they both know about somewhere in this church. So we're gonna look out for a weapon in this church here. Find some more medikit. Thank you. I'm gonna use that immediately. Need to set that up though, because I totally used all of them before. Can I just use it here? I apparently cannot. That's kind of strange though. So yeah, the robots cannot make their way into here. So now I'm actually in a kind of interesting position because I can sort of cheese this robot now. Yeah, so like this. So yeah, he can shoot at me, but he's not gonna be able to. You can just run around as much as you like. I'm gonna take you out easily this time. I actually think that that was the last one, right? Oh, it absolutely wasn't. Yeah, this already seems a little bit better with regards to clipping enemies and stuff like that. Okay, let's go down, actually. There we go. Am I done now? I think I am. So we can sort of just clear all of these out as well. So yeah, that is one combat. So that is also how experience is dealt out, which is that you have to finish off the combat before you actually get the experience, which is, you know, a fine system, I think. So can I remember where all of the ones that I killed were? Not really. It's probably just gonna be more ammo for this one. Of course, not a bad thing, but yeah, I've also wasted like 100 bullets fighting these very first enemies. So yep, that is what we're dealing with here. Other than that, start scavenging, finding more 9mm. Also, the different kinds of ammo that you pick up is good for various things. So, for example, hollow point ammo, I believe, is good for the very thing that I try to do, which is to take out weaker things on the enemies, which in this case is the energy tank. Full metal jacket ammo is better for taking out like armor and stuff like that. If when I shoot the enemies straight on, full metal jacket or ammo is a lot better. So over here, this looks like a sort of tinkering station. Okay, so a vehicle station. I see. We also have some little picnic stuff here that I don't remember being in the game before. Apparently we can't take food. That would make a little bit more sense if we could do that. I do know that we're supposed to be able to do biking, which is probably what we're doing here. So what happens if I do this? I can just spawn a vehicle. Well, that's interesting. So bicycle, jack of all trades, bicycle, Swedish make. Sturdy and able to gain a great deal of speed on flat terrain. The sky blue model is an all-time classic among cycling customers. So I spawned that vehicle. I didn't even have to build it. Now we can just basically get on my little bike here. And how do I do this? Well, I do just do this. I'm on my bike. Whatever. That's interesting. So how do I get off the bike? There we go. Thank you. I think that was how I do that. Okay, so basically a way to make your way a little bit faster around the map. Because yeah, that was actually one of the things that were a little bit difficult to do. Well, not difficult, but tedious. Because this is kind of a big map. And while the map is a bit empty, I kind of like that. I kind of like the fact that this is a sort of grand old world. And you fight robots in kind of a specific spots. There will be robots that are sort of patrolling in various places, but for the most part they are centered around places like this. So having a little bit of an extra aid in order to get around, I think that's a good add to the game. So yeah, let's check out more here, some more explosive gas tanks. Also some information. We went to Stenhaga Gård in order to meet up the Andersons. Go there from Johnny. So I can just read that, which means that I sort of add it to my log. So is that a new mission? Was that, yeah? Okay, so that was sort of a. Well, actually, that was probably what I was supposed to do, I guess. Yeah, that was the mission item for this mission. So that's fine. We've completed that mission. So pick up more explosive gas tanks. So many gas tanks. So farm. A note left behind at the Iboholmen Church indicates that there might be people at a nearby farm called Stenhaga. Now I'm gonna be apprehensive about that. I don't think there's gonna be people there. I'm thinking there's gonna be robots over there. Now radios are also another means of distracting robots. So you can basically throw up a radio, the robots will start moving in towards it. So there we go. Here we picked up some fireworks, so we can throw that at robots in order to make them disoriented and hopefully kill each other. So at this point, just pick up everything. There's no reason to not do that. Some more first aid kits, lovely. I'm gonna need like a whole lot of them. So more backpacks with more textile. More fireworks, another radio, again assets. There's like 3 exactly similar, well 4 similar radios here now. That's kind of weird. And more 9mm ammo. That's pretty nice. I'm having quite a lot of ammo for that now. And this is a storage station. Aha, okay, this is a nice addition. This is a nice addition. Okay, so if you're in a safe house and there is this kind of a storage station, that means that you can access your stored stuff, and you don't have to walk around with all of the junk in your backpack. That's interesting. So, for example, I can store textile. No, I don't want to store my weapons. Why did I do that? I want to store this one. How do I mean, okay, so it works a little bit weird here, as I see. I also picked up a handgun silencer. That's interesting, because that means that we can go to, you know what, I'm gonna go over to this one. I'm gonna assign it to, I don't want to assign it to slot 3 though, but apparently slot 3 is probably handguns, so I have to pick between these. That might have been a thing already in the game from the very beginning, I don't know. Okay, so with that we can also do an attachment to this, which is a muzzle. We can do a handgun silencer. That's actually pretty decent. That means that we get a almost 50, well, a little bit over 50% noise reduction, which means that we can take out enemies and their friends are not gonna come bother us unnecessarily. Okay, so we've done that. I do also know, I think I know at least, where that weapon was hidden. So we're gonna make our way upstairs here. We're gonna check out the clock tower. So what this is a apparel crafting station. Okay, so at this point we can do a little bit of basic stuff here. Okay, so a bit of fire resistance. Explosion resistance, also good. More fire resistance, noise reduction, etc, etc. But I do need schematics for that. Well, oops, didn't want to shoot it. I can't even make this, can I? Okay, so I do need schematics, even though I sort of apparently know about them. Okay, whatever. And would you know that there is probably a schematic here? So if we do that, bullet resistant jacket. So did I sort of learn that immediately? Yes, I did. So now we can create this. So view the schematics. I need 8 adhesive, 24 steel, and 8 plastic. I guess. Okay, so biker leather jacket in itself probably does noise reduction, but if we move over to bullet resistance, that means that we need those things. So this is probably exactly, this is what I have on me already, so I don't need to do anything with that. Fine, that's okay. We also have a recycling station. So I can recycle stuff in order to get the stuff from them. Fine, get that. Okay, so yeah, there is absolutely some new stuff here that I have not played around with at all. Could potentially be interesting, because, you know, I got kind of far in the game. I picked up a lot of stuff, and if I do that again, that could be potentially interesting. Okay, so over here we have a new weapon. Old Betan, as it's called, which is a rifle. A pump action 12G rifle, which is basically a shotgun. That's pretty interesting. We also got a note to go with that. So what did that note say? Did I... Just basically... Yeah, I have a side mission here. I knew you would remember. You always snuck up here as when you were little, even after Johnny was trying to shut it off. So be careful, go directly to Stenhaga, which is where we're going as well. Hopefully some ammo. Did we get ammo? We didn't get ammo for that gun though, but whatever. So I have 6 shots for this one. And this is now apparently in position 1. Okay. So whatever shotgun kind of weapon you have is going to be in position 1. I'm going to go over to my silenced 9mm here. I'm going to go to the outside, and before I jump on the bike, I'm going to go check this out. So this is basically a postal truck. You can also check out. So yeah, here we go. This is actually the same as before. So this is a collectible that I picked up. A little mixtape. Kind of cool. Anything else that we can see? And I actually gained a level. Beautiful. So we can go into skills, and where do we want to go? Do I want to go for lockpicking again? Means that I have to take chemist, which increases my base gas resistance. That is kind of a pointless right now though. So what is better? Aim speed doesn't really matter right now. Reload speed also doesn't really matter. I'm not throwing stuff right now, so don't do that. I could get more stamina, meaning that I can run further. Also guesses up with running speed and also carry capacity. Now carry capacity is good. It seems that I can carry sort of more stuff than I could before, so I don't know if that's exactly necessary right now. I can also get a faster stamina recharge, meaning I can again run more. And I can also get to health increase, which sounds really good considering the fact that I lost so much health. So I can also do this. If I use my binoculars, I can get increased information when spotting an enemy, which is something I never did in the first playthrough that I did. So I don't know if that is sort of interesting. This is actually also really good to get out of the way early on, getting more XP from completing missions, meaning that you just basically level up faster. Doesn't that seem pretty decent, I think? We also go into hacking, which means that you can actually hack enemies. This seems as a good thing, because that just means that you can get some basic support. I think I'm gonna go for this one. So, buy myself 1 rank of spotting intel. Means that I sort of have to start using those binoculars. That's cool. So let's just open this up, jump inside, continue my scavenging. We have a lot of explosive tanks. People are really generous with explosive tanks in this world for some reason. Good thing that we are picking up more of the first aid kits. We are again going to assign this to slot number 4. We're gonna get the binoculars to slot 5, I believe. So if we go to 5, well, for some reason I didn't. Okay, so the UI is a little bit weird. If I want to do, okay, I really have to sort of select it first. Fine, that's okay. I can work around that. Okay, so go over to this weapon again. Let's check this car out. Can I see anything? I think I saw something, maybe. Nope, that was just the interior of the car. So nothing else in that one. Can we find anything here? Yep, we have a little soldier person here who has more first aid kits and more ammo for my 9mm. So yeah, we're absolutely gonna start using this one, I believe. So let's get over to our bicycle and start making our way to the farm. Let's get on that and start bicycling. So over to the map, we now have to make our way over here. So we're just basically gonna go up to the road and start following that. And try and make sure that we don't unnecessarily make robots attack us. So yeah, look at that speed. I do enjoy the fact that it's not like a car that we're using, but it's actually a bicycle. That's pretty fun. Oh, I totally saw those over there. So that's how far as we got. Okay, I'm really down on my health, by the way. I need to, sadly, use like all of the medkits that I picked up. So let's just do 2 of them. Let's go over to the silenced gun. I can remember that I had a shotgun now as well, so that's something that we're gonna use. Yeah, sneaking up on these as much as possible. I could do this, by the way. I could do this. We have fireworks, so let's see how that works. So if I put that on here, I can now go for here. So if I throw this like so, that's gonna set off these. So as you can see, now they're shooting like everywhere, which works for us. And there's actually a tick. Oh, there's a lot of. This is not how the game was before. There's actually ticks already. So, screw you guys. I mean, this is not going well for me. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, and the little tick is already here. So, you know what? Screw you. Okay, so you sort of self-destruct as well. That's fine. Okay, so, you know what? You know what? You know what? Screw you. Yeah, so with this ammo that I have now, I don't have to shoot the. So you know what? I'm doing literally no damage as well. Wow. Okay, this game is. I don't remember it being really this bad, to be honest. Just get you out of the way. You know what? Screw you. I'm going over to the shotgun. Just basically running up to them, dodging the bullets as well as I can. Oh no, I couldn't. Do I have any more? Nope, I don't. So now we have to abandon and go back to the safe house. You know what? I'm probably going to round this video off. So there is some new stuff in this game that I think is kind of a good addition to the game. Now, as for some of the things that I don't like, which is, for one thing, the assets and the lack thereof, that's not changed at all. So whether or not that is going to be a problem in the continuation of the game with regards to what it was before, maybe I'll check that out sometime. I do remember one of the things about this game is that since we're lacking human NPCs, the game feels much the same as in Fallout 76. Kind of empty, kind of hollow, doesn't really feel alive, which, you know, sure, in a way that's sort of the point. I mean, we have been invaded by robots, or someone has invaded us using robots, so I mean, it figures that it would be a little bit less lively, but still though. But also the thing that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, which is the like, who am I as a character, and why am I here, and why am I sort of taking it on myself to sort of solve the issue here, or solve the mystery of what is going on. Why am I not just GTFO out of here? I mean, sure, we have a lot of places here to traverse in order to get to the mainland, which is over here. And I think that that is probably sort of the goal of the game, I think. Sort of make your way over here and get to the mainland. But on the way, for some reason, this little teen here is going to try and solve the mystery of who attacked us and why. So, still kind of a weird setup story-wise, and I think that it could have, you know, it would have been a little bit better if they would have thought about something else to do with that. But I still kind of like the game, even though it's not the most exciting game to play. And also looks really, really good, I think that. I mean, sure, it's probably my bias from actually living in Sweden. I enjoy the scenery, etc., but it is actually quite fetching to look at. So, yeah, with that, this has been GhostMech Gaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.